Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I do my everyday spring glowy makeup routine. So let's just get started. First of all, for my makeup routine I like to start with a fresh clean face, and skincare is very important to me because my skin is very dry. So after I wash my face I go on with this very thick moisturizer, which is the La Roche-Posay Intense Repair Moisturizing Cream, and I make sure to rub this in everywhere really good because my skin is very dry. And don't forget to bring it down the neck. Okay, I moved my camera a little bit. Now I'm going to put on some of this Tatcha lip mask, and I like to put it on so that by the time I'm on my lip products, my lips are nice and moisturized. First, we are going to start with the eyebrows. I like to start with my eyes first in case any eyeshadow falls onto my face before I do my foundation and everything, so that it doesn't get ruined. So I'm going to start with this Maybelline Express Brow Pencil. Now to clean up my eyebrows, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Concealer in the shade 240W. I'm going to use it to conceal my eyebrows and also act as a primer before I put on my eyeshadow. After that is all blended out, I'm going to take this Charlotte Tilbury powder and just set that a little bit before I go in with my eyeshadow. And this is in the shade number 2. For the spring, I have been loving the Kylie Jenner eyeshadow palette just because all the colors are like super bright and like pastel. And I don't like to do too much eyeshadow. I usually just take 1 or 2 colors, and depending on what I'm wearing I sort of match it to that. So for today's look I'm just going to take a little bit of this color and put it all in my crease. And I'm just going to take this big fluffy brush . And then I'm going to take this little flat brush and just take some of this pink sparkly shade and just put that kind of all over my lid. And that is pretty much all I'm doing on my eyes, just for like a pop of color. And like I said, I kind of like to match it to what I'm wearing that day, so it's a little bit different every day. I'm going to take this little Cargo Nude Beach eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take this dark gray color, this little tiny smudging brush, and just put this color along my waterline. And for my mascara, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. I like to let my mascara dry before I put my lashes on, so now we're going to move on to my face. For my primer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and I really like this primer because I get very sweaty because it's starting to get hot out, so I really need something that's going to keep my makeup on all day, and this really helps with that. And I will let that sit and dry for about 30 seconds. For my base, I've been switching between 2 different combinations because it just depends on what I feel like wearing that day. If I want to do like a more full coverage look, then I will mix my Makeup by Mario foundation and my Rare Beauty foundation. And then if I want to go for something more light, I will mix the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and on top I'll put the L'Oreal True Matte Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. What am I feeling today? I'm gonna mix these two. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade 2, and I just put this mainly on my high points, but kind of all over my face. My nose, my forehead. And then I'm going to put the tinted serum, and this is in the shade 4.5-5.5. I'm just going to put this right on top and then blend it out with a damp beauty blender. I really like to take my time blending out my foundation because I just want it to look really flawless. So I'm going to blend this out for a good like 5 minutes or something, and I'll be right back. Once that is all blended out, I'm going to move on to my cream bronzer and blush. I'm using both products from Rare Beauty. This is the cream contour in the shade Happy Soul, and then this is the blush in the shade Joy. This is all the places that I put the cream bronzer. And then I'm just going to blend it out with this Morphe M439 buffing brush. Okay guys, sorry if the angle changed a little bit. My camera died, so I let it charge for a bit. And I also finished blending out my contour, so now we're going to move on to blush. And like I said, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Joy. I'm also going to put some of the leftover blush that's on the brush onto my nose and my chin. Okay, after I finish blending that out, I like to switch between these two, the Rare Beauty concealer, the same one that I used to conceal my eyelids, and the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. But today I'm going to use the Rare Beauty concealer and just put a little bit under my eyes and some on my chin, just a little bit. And then I'm going to blend that out. Once that is all blended out, by this time my mascara is pretty dry, so I'm going to put lash glue on my lashes. And while my glue gets tacky, I'm going to set my face. For my eyelashes, I use these Valicia Russian strip lashes that I got from Amazon. It just comes in a pack of 10. And they're like these really voluminous and long eyelashes. So I'm just going to use this Kiss lash glue and just put some on these eyelashes and let it get tacky. So we are pretty much done with all the creams. Now I'm going to do some powder. I switch up my powders a lot depending on the kind of makeup I'm wearing that day. Since I used that lighter foundation combination, I'm going to use a pressed powder today instead of a loose powder because I just want to set a little bit under my eyes. I'm going to take this Morphe M405 and just take a little bit of this and I'm going to blend out my under eyes one more time before I set them. Actually, I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to switch to this Morphe M173. And I don't want to put too much because this is the look for spring and the summer and I want it to be nice and glowy, but my under eyes crease a lot, so I have to set them. So I try to do it without it looking too dry. And then I also set my chin. my smile lines because that's where my foundation comes off a lot. And then a little bit on my forehead. And then I just leave the rest of my face glowy. Like, you can still see a lot of glow, but the places that I set don't look too dry. And then I'm just going to take this fluffy powder brush, and I'm not going to put any product on it. I'm just going to go over my whole face, and there's probably leftover powder from other times I've used it, but I'm just going to lightly set because, like I said, I want to keep that glow. Now I'm going to move on to highlighter, and this is the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in the shade 100. I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones, the tip of my nose and the bridge, my chin, my cupid's bow, and then I'm going to take a smaller brush like this, and I'm going to highlight my inner corner and my brow bones. And by this time my lashes are pretty tacky, so I'm going to put my lashes on. Okay, here are the lashes. I wait until they're a little bit more dry and then I'm going to press them together, but for now we're going to move on to the lips. For my lip liner, I'm going to use this Jason Wu lip liner, and it's in the shade Leave Me Alone. And then over that I'm using this Sol de Janeiro lipstick in the shade Keep It Real. And then I'm going to finish off with this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. And I will just fan myself until it looks decent, but right now I actually put kind of a lot. Once that dries a little bit, I will go in with my beauty blender and lightly blend out my whole face. Actually, I don't know if I said that was the last thing, but the actual last thing is clear brow gel, and this is the 24-hour Benefit Brow Setter. And that is it for my makeup. So this is the finished look. It's very nice and glowy, and I like it because it doesn't make my skin feel super dry.